Behold, my proudest possession and subject of my college essay, the Carrot 50 cal pneumatic carrot rifle. This is a homemade carrot, or well, just generally shooting system, which is designed for convenience and expandability. Originally it used carrots, then we started using some other ammunition. We'll discuss that later. But how it works is you start out with these 2 lithium batteries and the 2 opposite. We have 4 of those big, like, vape batteries. People often use them for vapes. And what they do is they're wired through our electrical system through this toggle switch on the left, runs our compressor on the front, which extends to our reservoir. That reservoir is going to be full of pressurized air, and that reservoir passes up through the stock to our pressure gauge. It tells us how much air we've got left. And opposite of the pressure gauge, we've got our solenoid valve with a sight mount on top. And our solenoid valve is an electrically operated valve, which is special because what I've done is I've built a circuit right here. And what that circuit does is at the pull of a trigger, once we activate the system, through this dial, that little circuit tells the valve exactly how much time to be open for. Each turn of this 10-turn dial corresponds to an extra 5 milliseconds of pulse duration going to that valve. Then what we'll do is then aim down our dot sight and send some projectiles flying screaming fast downrange. So originally I designed this rifle to be used for carrots, because carrots are a cheap source of ammunition. You get a 5-pound bag for about $2.75 at local grocery store. And usually you'll get a low yield if you use the barrel to cut them. So here we've got the slide barrel, slide chamber barrel mechanism. What you could do is you could kind of get the ones that fit okay already, and then just press them in, and the barrel will cut the carrots pretty good. But you'll get a higher yield, about half yield of that 5-pound bag when you standardize them. So what you do to standardize the carrots, these are a bunch of standardized carrots I just had in the fridge. What you do to standardize the carrots is you take them and you force them through a die. And you get a die made of, well, something that's the same exact size as the barrel, that's sharpened on one end, and you force them through and they go plunk down into like whatever container you're using to standardize them. So I know you're gonna have like half of your carrots not be usable, but you're gonna get better consistency having standardized them. You just gotta, I guess, force down some carrots and buy some ranch at the grocery store while you're at it. Another projectile which this gun does well with, if I could find it, another projectile is these 5/8" diameter darts. These are some big bore blowgun darts. What they do is they'll go into our chamber and snap very precisely, and these are just wonderful on my smoothbore barrel. They fly really straight, and I mean they'll tear through pretty much anything you aim them at. And then besides that, we've got Nerf darts. Now, Nerf darts don't really fit in PVC well, at least 1/2-inch PVC, so I originally designed this system, because a carrot gun is a system, so I can expand it in the future. What I've done is I've gotten a barrel made of a copper pipe, and what it's got are PVC adapters where it interfaces with the gun. So you see it has an interference fit over here next to the solenoid, and then you would just take the slide and move it on. I'm gonna carve some more slides out and get those ready for each individual barrel. And then you've got our barrel retainer here, and the little kind of brass ring around the front. And it looks real snazzy, and you'll shoot Nerf darts crazy fast. Actually, quick story about that. My mom was hanging out her sheets, and I didn't think the darts would do much to them. I shot one at 90 psi at 12.5 milliseconds and went through both sides of the sheet on the clothesline. So what I did is, luckily she was out at the grocery store, what I did is I sewed them up before she came home, and when she saw her sheets, we came to the ironic consensus, luckily, that I don't get into enough mischief. I just usually hang out around the lab, so I didn't get in much punishment from that. But the point being is that you can shoot pretty much anything that fits well in the chamber. I mean, you could even muzzle load it with like arrows and stick a carrot at the back, just to kind of as like a sabot type of deal. I mean, you can send pretty much anything you could fit in the barrel downrange, and it's going to be very friendly towards it. Well, thanks for paying attention through all this. This has been Foz, and a quick explanation of my proudest invention.